Hello, Himanshu. Am I audible?
Yes, Profen,
Yes,
you are audible.
yes, yes, Dr. Dwaypan.
Yeah, but somehow my camera is not working. I don't know why. Could you view me out, or it's not there till now?
No, no, we cannot see you.
Oh,
Maybe try reconnecting to the link. See if that works.
No, look, the camera light is blinking, but I don't know why it is not showing me.
Maybe
Anyway,
if
that's
you
one.
maybe if you go to the settings, there are three dots on the right hand corner, and once you go into the settings, there will be video option. Just ensure that your correct camera is selected.
Settings. Yeah, there's a settings is there. Video option is there. Yeah, True Vision HD camera is showing this camera is starting this. I think it's getting delayed. The system is a bit slow. That's why it's taking some time.
Yeah, might be possible.
Yeah, doesn't matter. So if you can hear me, I can conduct the session if required.
Sure.
Hopefully.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello,
Hello, sir.
hello, হ্যাঁ হ্যালো শোনা যাচ্ছে?
ইয়েস স্যার আপনাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা, ওকে ওকে ওকে
ওকে স্যার।
Hello, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, shall I start? Shall we start? If you permit me. Hello, Dr. Dev.
Okay. Huh? Yes, yes.
Okay, let me start off. A very good afternoon to all of you. So we are on the second technical session of day one, and this session, the first, we have a number of speakers in this session. To be precise, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speakers. Okay, and I'm sorry, 5 speakers, and the first speaker would be Dr. Alok Bhattacharjee, and the chairperson would be Dr. Rajendra Prasad De. I just need a brief about Dr. Rajendra Prasad De. He happens to be my colleague, head of the Department of Botany, Government General Degree College, Mohanpur. And he is a wonderful person, a wonderful taxonomist. He has got immense knowledge in the taxonomy and plant identification. He's a field taxonomist, and he is guiding me up so far as this webinar is concerned. Now, I request Dr. Rajendra Prasad De to chair the session and proceed with the session further. Over to Dr. De.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. It is the second technical session of our 2 days international webinar on the world of plants, its impacts on indigenous people, society, and biosphere. We come again after lunch break. The first speaker of this second is Professor Dr. Alok Bhattacharjee. I have nothing to say about him. He is well known to most of all our viewers. His field of interest is plant physiology, especially seed physiology, post-harvest seed science and technology, allelopathy science, crop physiology, ethnobotany, and medicinal plant science. He begins his teaching in Medinipur in 1984. He joins our West Bengal government service in 1985. and serves Darjeeling Government College and Hooghly Mohsin College. Then he joins in the Department of Botany, Vidyasagar University of Medinipur, from where he goes to Bardhaman University and retired from there. In Bardhaman University, he acted as honorary director in Rural Technology Center. He visited Bangladesh, France, and South Africa for various academic activities. He is the author of 118 research papers and 21 book chapters and one book. He has 29 PhD scholars. The title of his present day lecture is Conservation Strategies of Crop Seeds, Role of SGSV, a Novel Doomsday Seed Bank. Now I request him to deliver his valuable lecture. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dev, for your nice introduction. And as I can see that the introduction entails some of my credentials. And the title of my webinar in this particular session is Conservation Strategies of Crop Seeds, Role of SGSB, a Novel Doomsday Seed Bank. As the title indicates that it has two separate topics, and these two topics are amalgamated together. So I'll briefly cross the first topic in a hasted way, and secondly I will discuss the SGSB, which is a new thing, new topic, and new item, and this will continue over years and years. So that's why this is some specific important for the technologist, for the biochemist, for the seed physiologist, etc., etc. Okay. The conservation strategy of crop seeds means what type of conservation? Because it is very well known that many speakers, they are working on this conservation aspect, conservation of biodiversity in general. But here, the conservation should be mentioned in terms of seed technology, in terms of seed science and technology. That means the crop seeds, particularly crop seeds. The crop seed storage is a very important part, or a very important even nowadays, because in past, many of the crop varieties of seeds have taken goodbye from the world, because these are not at all of this time, but once upon a time, they used to grow. I'm giving an example that once upon a time, there were as many as 30,000 rice varieties of crops. As many as 30,000. It is as per record, International Rice Research Institute in Philippines. But now only roughly 300 crops are being grown, and many of the crops has gone towards the extinction. And why this extinction? They have silently taken extinction from the world. As you know, the many plants, many animals have taken goodbye from the world, and it is very difficult to regenerate them, not at all possible. Say, for example, I am telling that dinosaur, once upon a time it was there, it was the world of dinosaur. But can you get any type of dinosaur? Can you prepare any type of dinosaur? Not at all possible. Similarly, the dodo bird, you know, it is a fossil bird. It is out of date right now. We cannot get back. Similarly, some plants like Rhinia, Horneophyta, Rasterogyron, or members of the Psychedophilicales, Benedictalis, you know, Poditalis, and members of the Angiosperm family, Winteraceae, Tocodentaceae, Tetracentaceae, etc. Not at all here. We cannot get them back. Like this, very suddenly, many crop seed varieties have taken goodbye from the world. And now this is the time we should take stringent measure all over the world, as biodiversity conservation is the hot topic these days, because biodiversity should be conserved. Not any member should be allowed to take in goodbye from the world. They must be conserved. So like plants, and much more important is the conservation of the seed varieties or seed species or the seed varieties. Because if the seed varieties are lost, as I have told, the 30,000 seeds, they are recorded. And nowadays only a few types of seeds, particularly the seeds which are high yielding, they are only cultivated, and other seeds are not taken care of. They are not cultivated. And as because the crops have a very short lifespan, as the all crop seeds are included under microbiotic seed. What are microbiotic seeds? Microbiotic seeds are those which have a shorter lifespan, and the lifespan varies from a few months to few years only, 3 to 4 years, 3 to 4 years only. 3 to 4 years only. So that's why I have to make, or we have to take utmost care so that the seeds can be conserved in a befitting way. Suppose I'm telling the rice or wheat, these are the seeds. But if the seeds are kept as such for over 5 years, naturally there will be no question of any vigorous seeds. So vigor will be lost totally. The seeds will be good for consumption, but not for cultivation, not for preparing seedling and not for plants. So after 5 years, just you consider rice, wheat, and some other crops, including pulses, etc. I am telling, they can never live, because each and every plant species has a lifespan, each and every animal species has a lifespan, and if each and every seed species has a lifespan. In terms of rice, I am telling, it can survive for nearly 3 years, not more than that. All agri-horticultural seeds are mostly have a very short lifespan. It varies from a few months to a few years. So that's why we have to take utmost care so that they are not allowed to go beyond 3 years or 4 years. And if these are kept aloof for 3 years, automatically they will become non-viable. So that's why special strategies are being taken. And nowadays, before conservation, particularly seed conservation, I'm not telling about higher plant conservation or angiosperm conservation or gymnosperm conservation or any medicinal plant conservation. These conservation type is a separate thing. These are germplasm, and only seeds are considered as the best germplasm in the world, because within a very short structure in many seeds, the life is there, and these should be considered in a befitting way. So I am just discussing the thing in the two way. Firstly, before conservation, what we have to do? We have to invigorate the seeds. What is invigoration? Invigoration means giving extra vigor to the seeds. And how the extra vigor can be given? Extra vigor can be given by using some chemicals, by using some physical agents also, and by using some herbal agents also. And the herbal agents are mostly safe. So that's why these days, I have gone to France and South Africa for international conference, ISST, International Society of Seed Technology, and they have clearly mentioned these days everything should be at the herbal level, and no hazardous chemical like DDC, BHC. If these chemicals are given, these chemicals are good, but these chemicals retain a very long-standing effect. These effects should be avoided. That's why these are totally banned. Many medicines have been banned. So the chemical manipulation means such chemicals should be used. The chemical become eco-friendly. The chemicals should be non-toxic, and chemicals should be cost-effective for the countries, poor countries where the poor farmers can afford it. So that's why I have selected such chemicals. The chemicals are safe for human purpose, not at all carcinogenic and not at all hazardous. Okay. So I am going to my slide. So I'm just continuing with it. The slide can indicate, as I was told, my title indicates that it has two aspects. One is called biodiversity of the seeds. Okay, can you hear me, participant?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now I am coming to my slide presentation or slide show. Okay, you can just read the title: Conservation Strategy of Crop Seeds, Role of SGSB in Novel Doomsday Seed Fault. Now, firstly, conservation of crop seeds. and how conservation can be made, and what are the different techniques, and the techniques, classical and modern, should be given in brief. And then a very important seed bank, that is only one in the world, I am saying. You can see on the right hand side. That is the World Seed Bank, only one in the. And this has recently, and this setup indicates that if the world is dissolved, even after serious war or serious dissolution or even mass extinction, this world will remain, and the there from all over the country, and the seeds will be brought to there from all over the country, and the seeds will remain viable and vigorous for a long, long time, and not even eternal time. So eternal stories should be done. And this has been created by the world leaders, world seed technologies, and world materials. So worldwide, this is the only one vault, and this vault is responsible for supplying seed to different countries of the world when the need is very, very, very urgent, and when they have lost their local seed bank. You know, all over the world, there are as many as 1,200 seed banks at order, and these germplasm centers stores their own seed. The germplasm centers store their own seed, and they store their seed for the sake of their country when the farmers or when the district management or when the state authority fail to supply the seeds, and they will take the seeds from the countryside. And if the countryside fails, suppose there is great desolation, great earthquake, and bombing, carpet bombing, or war, or anything else, or any earthquake, or any calamity, any calamity, any calamity, uh, any in case of any calamity, the seeds will be continued to be supplied from the global seed vault. And this is a picture of the global seed vault. Now I am starting my slide. The slide number 2. Seeds are the most vital and basic input in agriculture. You should remember that seeds are the most vital and basic input in agriculture. In agriculture, there are so many inputs, like fertilizer input, like chemical input, like water management input, etc. But what is the best input or the most important input? Seeds are the most important and vital basic input in agriculture. So that's why there is a quotation from Rig Veda, Suvijam Sukhetre Jayate Sampadate. That means good seed in good land is abundant. The seeds should be very good, and at the same time, the land should be fertile. If the land is not fertile, the seeds cannot be grown, they cannot give rise to seedling, and no plant and no productivity. So the first thing is that good seeds should be there. That means quality seed. And quality means mostly genetic quality. But here quality is considered both ways. One is called genetic quality and another is physiological quality. What is genetic quality? Genetic quality means the quality or the gene pool of the seed which are extremely abundant for yielding. So these are high yielding seeds. These are high yielding seeds. They can give abundant yield. And that's why apart from Rig Veda, it means Suvijam Sukhetre Jayate Sampadate. Good seed in good land is abundant. Similarly, from the Bible, there is a quotation, care with the seeds and joy with the harvest. That means you take care with the seeds first. What are the type of the seed? What is the quality of the seed? So first thing is that you have to take high class or potentiated seeds for the cultivation, and secondly then you can joy with the harvest from the vital. In Bengali literature from Ponarabochan, there is a quotation that bijer jat ফসলে মাত. What does it mean? বীজের জাত যদি ভালো হয় তখন ফসলে মাত, মানে there will be high yield. Okay, but most horticultural fields in India are not cultivated by the quality seed. In India, in foreign countries, I have seen they use only quality seed. If any low quality or downgraded seeds are taken into consideration for their cultivation, it is a serious offense, and that particular person may be arrested. Because in European countries, they are small countries, their agricultural land is limited. So that's why they don't like to lose the yield by using the low quality seed. If the quality is low, if the percentage germination is low, below 90% in most cases, the seeds are rejected. And if the seed become low vigor, the seeds are totally rejected. But in our country, we can cultivate with the low vigor seed, low quality seed, etc. Regarding the quality, I'm telling the seed quality is of two types. One is called genetic quality, and another is physiological quality. You can see genetic quality means the quality with respect to the gene pool. That means high potential gene pool should be there in high genetic quality seeds. And what is physiological quality? Physiological quality, the quality where the seed should be vigorous seed, high vigor. Vigor means viability and vigor, they are almost similar, but vigor is a relative potential for germination. Because they can germinate very quickly, they can establish quick seedling, they can establish quick plant, and the plant become vigorous also, and they give rise to high yield because of this. Okay. So there are two qualities, genetic quality and physiological quality. Again, I am telling that we are mainly concerned about the crop seeds. And most crop seeds are of two types, depending on their depending on the capacity of retention of moisture, as well as the capacity for their longevity, the capacity for the longevity. So first is called orthodox, second is indigenous. And in agricultural sector, the farmers always use the orthodox type of seed. And again, seeds may be of three types. As I have told you, the seeds as a whole are classified into three separate groups. One is called microbiotic, second is called mesobiotic, and third is macrobiotic. Macrobiotic seeds have a very long lifespan, very long lifespan. And they need not to bother for the seed. But the botheration of the seed is with the microbiotic seed. The botheration of the seed is with the microbiotic seed. Microbiotic seeds are the seeds, as I have already told, the seeds which survive for a few months to a few years. And if the few years means expiry date, the seed cannot be grown into seedling. And even some seeds have a low, very low expiry date, like 14 days or 2 weeks only, 14 days or 2 weeks only. As for example, you know, mostly these are called recalcitrant seeds, microbiotic seeds, commonly called the sal seed. They have only 2 weeks of their lifespan. After 2 weeks, the seeds will remain non-viable. They cannot be grown into seedling. So that's why for sal seed cultivation, you know probably that within 14 days they must be grown into seedling. Anyway, I am telling modern agriculture, you know, modern agriculture, which is biased for technology and precision, demand that seeds should be of high vigor and can germinate expeditiously to produce vigorous seedling. What does it mean? Modern agriculture, that seeds must be very good. In which sense? Which is biased for technology and precision, given that they should be of high vigor and can germinate expeditiously, very quickly, for produce vigorous seedling. And vigorous seedlings will give rise to vigorous plant. And the vigorous plant will be able to produce their seed because they increase their source and sink. You have idea about the crop yield depends upon the sourcing system. Sourcing system. Source means the leaf from where the food is supplied to sink, that means seed. Okay, so seed should be very good sourcing system. Some classical methods for seed invigoration. I have told that for conservation, seeds must be invigorated, or must be potentiated, or must be hardened at first. Like hardening process, that means hardening of seedling for a plant means the seed should be hardened. And what are the general technique, common technique? SD or soaking drying treatment. It is a very easy treatment. The seeds in water, in chemical solution for 5 to 2 days. The seeds are soaked in water or chemical solution for 5 plus minus 2 hours and then dried back. Then dipping drying is a treatment in seeds. Seeds are dipped in water or in chemicals for 10 plus minus 2 hours. So these have been established in laboratory, in various laboratories, including the laboratory of London, where Professor Matthews did a lot of work. According to Matthews, the seeds should be dipped in chemicals for 10 plus minus 2, and then they are covered with 6 hour and then dried back. Then SPD or spring drying treatment, then MSCD, moist sand conduction treatment, and then HT treatment or a halogen treatment. These are common treatment. I am not going into the details. Then seed potentiation invigoration technique. The techniques should be considered into 3 separate groups. One is called physical manipulation, second is called chemical manipulation, and third is called herbal manipulation. Physical manipulation means some physical rays, some rays, X-rays or gamma rays are given, and if they are given in specific dose in kilo gray, because the unit in gray or kilo gray, if specific gray is given, then the seeds will remain viable for a longer time. And then chemical manipulation, some specific chemicals are used. Throughout the world, a specific recommended chemicals or chemical groups are used, and these chemicals should be applied for the invigoration. The seeds become invigorated or hardened, and then they are allowed to keep in their storage house. This is called chemical manipulation and herbal manipulation. In France, I have seen they are now in favor of using some special herbs. They have been identified by their scientists. In Brazil also I have seen. In Brazil is a mega biodiversity country. India also is a mega biodiversity country, and they are using some special herbal agent for the invigoration. And it is always better to use the specific herbal agents rather than the hazardous chemical treatment or the hazardous, physical treatment. Okay, herbal method of seed invigoration. The slide shows the herbal method of seed invigoration is getting important these days because it is non-toxic, eco-friendly, and cost-effective. I have already told a resource-pure country like India, if we use or if we invigorate seed using costly chemicals, it is not at all possible. If we use some costly physical agent, it is not possible. So that's why for poor country like India, herbal method of seed invigoration is getting important these days because of their non-toxic nature, eco-friendly nature, and cost-effective nature. And among the chemicals, some growth retardant, growth inhibitor, and antioxidant treatment are considered to be very effective. And what are these? These are like sodium dichloride, like CCC. These are the chemicals. Sodium dichloride, like CCC, or chlorotoluene chloride, or chloram quat, or ascorbic acid. These are the chemicals which should be used judiciously. Always you should remember that these chemicals are used in definite dose, in definite time, and if these are met or if these are treated using definite dose and definite time, particularly sodium dichloride in these years has been established as a very good and potential chemical agent for invigoration of the seed. And after invigorating the seeds can be stored. They can be given in the storehouse. Okay, so here first surface sterilization is done. The method is very simple: surface sterilization. Then piece of with the concentration of sodium dichloride.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I feel your slides are not moving. If you can kindly go for a PowerPoint mode, that would be helpful for us to understand in a much better way, sir.
Okay.
If you can kindly please let us see your slides, please. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I am moving gradually. So after certain sterilization, seeds are treated with the vapor of the basil or eucalyptus oil or citronellal oil. These have been established very clearly. And now the cryogenic storage treatment has come. And cryogenic storage means the treatment of seeds with the ultra low temperature agent. And what are common cryogen? The common cryogen is for liquid nitrogen or LN. In liquid nitrogen vapor, the best result is given, and it should be used at minus 130 degrees centigrade. The storage in liquid nitrogen sometimes, liquid nitrogen itself, it has a, I think, ultra low temperature gives it is minus 196 degrees centigrade. Minus 196 degrees centigrade, but the vapor roughly minus 150 degrees centigrade to 180 degrees centigrade. This is considered as a test agent. And invigoration and viability extension of crop seeds can be accurately and expeditiously evaluated by the accelerating treatment. Accelerating treatment is such a treatment. This is a method, it's a separate method. And using this method, how far bigger the seed is gained can be calculated using some biochemical and physiological tests, including some molecular biological tests. So biochemical, physiological, and molecular biological phase, the status of the seed with respect to achievement of the vigor can be accurately done. And some medicinal plants have been identified. In India also, these the medicinal plants we have used in our laboratory, and we have seen that these have the potential, these are the potential agents for maintaining the vigor status of the seed. Not only viability, but vigor status. Viability and vigor are different. The seeds are viable, oh no, but it should be high vigor. So high vigor.
Sir, sorry to interrupt in between.
Yes, please.
This is Abhishek here. Could you please go to presentation mode because we are able to see the first two slides only.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What we are moving it?
Sir,
What
on
we
the
are
top,
moving
sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. Sir, on the top, sir, of the slide shower, sir, it is in the given in the middle, sir, TV-like structure. Sir, you can place the finger on over there, then you will be able to, sir, present the slide, sir.
The slide number 15. Slide number 15 is going on. Is it visible to you?
No, sir, we aren't able to see it, sir.
স্যার আপনি একটু ওই 3 নম্বরে মানে মিডল আইকনটা একটুখানি ক্লিক করুন। হ্যাঁ, উপরে টপ প্যানেলে দেখুন স্যার একটা ওই লেন্সের মতন আছে, তার পাশে একটা মিডল আইকনে টিভির মতন স্ট্রাকচার আছে। ইফ ইউ ক্যান কাইন্ডলি ক্লিক অন দ্যাট স্লাইড, দ্যাট আই থিংক দ্যাট উড হেল্প ইউ টু মুভ দ্য স্লাইডস এন্ড প্রসিড উইথ দ্য প্রেজেন্টেশন অ্যাকর্ডিংলি, স্যার।
Okay. Let me see.
No, sir.
Can you see it?
Sir, no,
Can you
sir.
see this slide?
No, sir.
Sir, maybe you can try stop sharing and share again.
Right.
The screen is closed. That's why we are not able to view the slides.
Hello?
Stop sharing.
Is it visible to you?
No, sir. Sir,
I think you're sharing it online, sir. So that is why it is asking for sign in and edit. If you download and then run it, it should work.
Oh.
Stop sharing.
Now the sharing has stopped.
স্টপ দিয়ে আবার নতুন করে প্রেজেন্টেশন করুন। শেয়ারিং
Okay.
আপনি স্যার শেয়ারিংটা স্টপ করে দিন, নতুন করে প্রেজেন্টেশন করুন। 15 নম্বর স্লাইডে ডাইরেক্ট স্ক্রল করে করে। ডক্টর অলোক ভট্টাচার্য স্যার, আপনি আনমিউট করুন, নাহলে আপনার কথা আমরা শুনতে পাবো না। ডক্টর অলোক ভট্টাচার্য স্যার, আপনি আনমিউট করুন প্লিজ,
বলো।
নাহলে আপনার ইয়েস স্যার, ওকে, ইউ আর অডিবল স্যার।
Unmuted.
Yes sir, okay. You carry on, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now
we are able to see it.
Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now we are able to see the slides moving.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hello?
sir. You, you
Yes, sir.
carry on, sir. You are visible, sir.
Hello?
Sir,
Yes, sir. You are visible, sir. You carry on, sir.
I cannot hear you.
স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে স্যার, এবার দেখা যাচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা ওকে
Okay, okay. Can you hear it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir,
are
we are
audible and visible. You are audible
Hello?
and slide is visible, sir. You carry on, sir. You carry on, sir. You continue.
Okay, the invigoration and viability extension of crop seeds can accurately be and expeditiously evaluated using experimentation technique. And this technique helps the bigger status of the seed. And why germplasm conservation? Germplasm conservation is the combination with specific genetic quality. The seeds should have specific genes, and the genes are inherited. And this is important for maintaining the quality of the seeds as well as the food security. And then I am telling a few decades ago, Indian farmers used to grow over 30,000 different varieties of seeds, and now the varieties of seeds, it has come down to 300, and that's why the valuable seed species or the valuable gene pools of rice seeds have become lost. What happened to rice also happened to some other crops. And in green revolution during the time of 1960s, under the leadership of Professor M.S. Swaminathan, green revolution was happening, and he was the person who made this revolution a great success for meeting the need of food and pulses and food grains and pulses. And at that time, it was required to meet the acute crisis of food and remove the poverty from India. This grain revolution was much required, but monoculture for rice cultivation started therefrom. So that's why this is the problem. The grain revolution has given us high yielding varieties, but have taken the low yielding varieties, the gene pool of low yielding varieties. That's why the gene pools have lost forever. So Professor Swaminathan also declared that he has done at that time, and it is good to work this during his time. But after that, the crisis started because the loss of the gene pools took place. The crop seeds which need careful conservation, which have been given by ISTA, International Food Safety Association, that the these seeds should be taken care of because they are on the verge of extinction in many cases. So that's why special arrangements should be made for conservation of the seeds which have shown just now. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Sir, you are audible. Sir, you are audible, but your slide is not visible.
Hello?
Sir, you are audible. Your
Hello?
slide is not visible.
The slide is not visible.
Not visible, sir. Please share
Not
slide
visible.
again and continue. Yes, sir. Please
okay
share slide
Okay.
again and please continue.
Okay. Share again.
দেখা যাচ্ছে
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly visible. You carry on, sir.
Okay. Now I am showing you that how the seed viability can be tested. This seed viability can be tested by using TTC or TTB test. This test you can see the seeds became red colored, and this red color is indicative that the seeds are highly vigorous. So that's why these seeds can be taken into consideration for germination. Okay, so that's why TTC test or TTB test are taken into consideration. And now the stand of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, he told that green revolution is not a matter these days because evergreen revolution is the only way for maintaining the quality of the seed in perpetuity. That means in perpetual cases, the evergreen revolution, the seed should be perpetually maintained. and conservation of the seeds at the Solvart Global Seed Vault. So this is the most important part of this lecture. The seeds should be stored at Solvart Global Seed Vault, which is situated in the archipelago of Svalbard. The Svalbard is the archipelago in Norway, in the Arctic region, and it is a permafrost zone. The zone is selected because this particular zone is permafrost, having temperature of minus 18 degrees centigrade and zero tectonic activity. This Svalbard region has zero tectonic activity. That means no earthquake and nothing else, no turbulence. So that's why the world leaders, they have selected this particular place only within a country, but not in a mainland of a country, but away from the mainland, away from the Norway, and this region is known as the Svalbard. This plate has been selected. And the first notice came from the London English. It has been started. It has started in 2012, but the quality of the seed vault has been established in a region where the seed technologies had decided that this particular region should be selected for the establishment of the seed vault. বাংলায় একটা লেখা বেরিয়েছিল এখানে সুমেরুর সিন্ধু রক্ষা করা হবে বীজ ভান্ডার. This was the first information, and this was cited by Anandabazar Patrika, and they have mentioned that the Sumeru Sindhuke, that means the vault in the Arctic region. The vault in the Arctic region should be selected as a place for the placing of the seed. In view of the alarming climate change in the globe, agricultural productivity is threatened, including the loss of seed biodiversity. The climatic change is a very serious concern for the world and continuation of the seed in perpetuity and productivity. And scientists have realized not to conserve seeds only for a considerably long period, but attempts are being made for eternal conservation of the seeds, including germplasm centers also. Throughout the world, there are roughly 1,200 germplasm centers or seed banks, but the seed banks are not sufficient because at any time during the world dissolution or catastrophe, any catastrophe that can take place in the world, and the seed vaults may also be, or the seed banks may also be destroyed. In that case, the only backup of this global seed vault. Hence, it is also called the backup of all backups. The backups should be taken into consideration by country. The country will
Thank you, sir. Thanks to Dr. Bhattacharya for his enthusiastic lecture. We know a lot of interesting facts about seed preservation. Seeds are most important materials for cultivation. It is very hard task to retain cultivated plants and their numerous cultivars generation by generation. Many plants and cultivars are extinct due to lack of preservation. In this respect, Dr. Bhattacharya discussed modern methods of seed preservation. It is very much relevant today. Thank you, sir, very much. Okay. Hello, Doipan Babu.
Hello, sir. Hello, Dr. Rajendra Prasad there. Are you audible?
Yes. From now,
Yes. Thank
session
you.
is chaired by Dr. Doipan Sinha. Okay.
No, it's not chaired by me. I'll take over the matter. Thank you so much, Professor Bhattacharya, for the wonderful presentation regarding seed preservation. And I also thank Dr. Rajendra Prasad De for chairing the session. Now we would move to the next speaker, as well as we are having Dr. Nirmalendu Das with us. Who would be chairing this session from now on. And let me have the privilege to introduce Dr. Nirmalendu Das. 1 minute, please. My computer is getting a bit slower. Yes, welcomes Dr. Nirmalendu Das to the international webinar. And let me introduce him. He's an associate professor in postgraduate department of botany, Barashat Government College. He did his graduation and post-graduation from Kalyani University, and then PhD from Jadavpur University. He worked on the mushroom biotechnology in Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, Jadavpur, and then joined West Bengal Education Service in 1997 in Durgapur Government College, and consequently worked in ABN College, Kuch Bihar, and Barashat Government College. He has a whopping 23 years of teaching experience, in which there is a 10 years of postgraduate experience. He's a wonderful researcher. His research interests include microbial biotechnology, microbial degradation of pesticides, and biological control, etc. He has a 40 national and international publication in applied and in a reputed journal, including Applied and Environmental Microbiology, FEMS Microbiological Letters, and a lot of other reputed peer-reviewed journals. He's also having 5 book chapters to his credit, and has completed 6 research projects unfunded by UGC, DVT, and other funding agency. He has supervised several students, and one student has been awarded a PhD degree. And he's also a reviewer of different journals published by Elsevier, Springer, and Taylor & Francis. I welcome Dr. Nirmalendu Das to our webinar, and he would be chairing the session from now on. And we're having 4 speakers in this session. Dr. Das, are you with us? Hello?
Yeah. Hello,
Hello.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, you're audible. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Okay.
So I hand over the online platform to you, Dr. Das, and please accept our proposal of being a chairperson of this event. I welcome you, sir. Please, the platform is yours from now.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Duipan Sinha, for your nice introduction. I am also thankful to the organizers of the international webinar on the world of plants, its impact on indigenous people, society, and biosphere, for inviting me to chair the session of this event. The rest of the session comprises 4 lectures, though the time limit is 40 minutes, but I request the respected speakers to restrict their lectures within 35 minutes, so we can invite the questions from the audience. You can write your queries in message box so that we can discuss them after the lecture. Now, our first speaker is Dr. Shobita A.R. Dr. Shobita A.R. has got 15 years of experience in the teaching career and is currently serving as the assistant professor and head of the research center in English, Sri Ayappa College for Women, Kanyakumari district, Tamil Nadu. She completed her post-graduation with a gold medal and has received her PhD degree from MS University, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. Her area of specialization is disability studies and rights and indigenous knowledge systems, and is an academician who believes that real learning happens outside the 4 walls of the classroom. She holds several positions in the service organizations, including Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari and Youth Red Cross. She has co-edited 2 books and has 35 publications to her credit. As a public speaker, she has been traveling extensively to give motivational and awareness talks inside and outside the state. She has received several honors, including the certification of appreciation from the district collector for her service towards the community during the Okhi cyclone relief work, and the Inspirational Women Award 2020. Her interest in the indigenous knowledge system of our land has led to the research in the sacred groves of the Kanyakumari district. She has been in the organizing committee of the UGC-sponsored national seminar on environmental security for sustainable development and has co-edited the proceedings of the same. She will deliver a talk entitled unfolding the labyrinths of science and myths associated with the life reserves in Western Ghats. Now we request Dr. Shobita to deliver her lecture. Please.
Thank you so much, Professor Nirmalendu Das, for giving a very nice introduction. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
So, as Professor Das was telling, I'll be giving the lecture unfolding the labyrinth of science and myths associated with the life reserves in Western Ghats. So, here is a faculty from humanities dealing with the indigenous plants, life reserves, sacred groves, etc. So some of you may wonder, what is the role of a professor or a teacher from a humanities stream here? So protecting the environment is the concern of each and everyone. And even our government is encouraging multidisciplinary studies. And I'm so happy that the people from the humanities stream are also bothered about what is happening around. We are concerned about the indigenous knowledge systems. We are indeed concerned about biopiracy. We are indeed concerned about the indigenous traditional system that have been suffering a lot in the hands of the imperial forces. So as people who deal with post-colonial studies, who deal with what imperial forces or the colonial forces do to our country, in the course of our research, somewhere we end up in talking about the indigenous communities in our country, what happened in our country, what happened to our own communities, what happened to our lifestyle. And so I'm here before you to talk about the sacred groves or the life reserves of the Western Ghats. So how I have planned my talk is that I'll be talking a bit about the indigenous knowledge systems. I will be talking about the ecological imperialism. So you can consider me as an activist who is really whose primary concern is protecting our nature, whose primary concern is transferring our environment to the generation next. And as a person who is placed in Kanyakumari district, that is the end of the Western Ghats, the bio reserve, which is even identified by the Gadgil committee. The Kasturi Rangan and Gadgil committee have recommended that you have to preserve the life, fauna and flora of the Western Ghats. And as a human being involved in all these activities, as a teacher, as a social, as a person who involves in the social activities, so all this becomes our concern too, the concern of the people of humanities department too. So let me start. This is going to be, I have been listening to the talks right from the morning, and I hope this is going to be a different experience for everyone out here, because there won't be much technical terms here. We will be talking from the heart, whatever we exchange, the exchange of knowledge will be from our heart. So hope you can see my slide. So this is, let me start with a quotation or a verse from Malsi Puranam, which says that Dashakuba Samavabi, Dashavabi Samohridaha, Dashahrida Samaputra, Dashaputro Samodrumaha, which says that, as this is Sanskrit, most of us would be able to follow this. Dashakripa Samavabi. A pond is equal to 10 wells. A tank of water, that is a reservoir, is worth 10 such thousand ponds. And 10 such reservoirs are the same as a sun. 10 such reservoirs are equal to a sun. But a tree is equal to 10 such suns. See, you know that water is an integral part of our existence. You know that we are sending even spaceships to the Mars and the other planets to know whether there is water. And water is the basic need for life. So here, it, uh, it when you consider, when you read this from another point, here we can say that a tree is equal to 10 suns, 100 reservoirs, 1,000 ponds, or 10,000 wells. So a tree is equal to 10,000 wells, 1,000 ponds, 100 reservoirs, and 10 suns. So let us stop a while and think how many trees are being cut to build up our reservoirs, which we claim as the temples of modern India. Our Multi Purana says that a tree is equal to 1,000 reservoirs. So here we are cutting down millions of trees to build up the reservoirs. So let me start from this thought process. This shows that how we have changed, how the post-enlightenment period in humanities, we call it as post-enlightenment period, that is after the 18th century, when the Western world started to change their thought process, when they started to colonize the whole world, and when they started to impose their ideas upon other people. So our knowledge system, our indigenous knowledge system, always planned for a sustainable living. See, 70% of our 70% of the people in our country are they are poor. They belong to the poor sector of our society, and 70% of our India depends upon the traditional systems of medicine for their survival. Majority of the people in the rural area are involved in agriculture. They are small marginal farmers and peasants. Like the professor was presenting on the seeds. Our seeds and seeds produced and sold by the farmers account for about 70% of the total supply in the country. So 70% of India's healthcare needs are met by the traditional systems of medicine, and 70% of this come from the decentralized cottage and small scale industry sector. And we have around 7,500 varieties of medicinal plants, which forms the part of this healing work. So our life system that has been designed in such a way that we aim for a sustainable living. We depend upon the forest produce, which in fact protects us from the famine. See, even now, when the pandemic hit our country, I'm talking about my place because, as I told you, I live in the Western Ghats. We live in the foothills of the Western Ghats, and we are blessed with natural resources. So actually, the research papers will be talking about the experiences from the Bastar, from the tribal regions, where you can give a lot of examples where forest producers has helped them from famine. But I have examples to tell from our own experience. Example for during this pandemic, it started during March, April. So usually in March and April in Kerala and Kanyakumari, in the where the Western Ghats fall, jackfruit will be available in plenty. And we are yet to exploit the industrial usage of jackfruit. Even though there are small cottage industry, we are yet to explore the potentials of jackfruit in its full. So what happened during the pandemic is that in all other March and April, there will be plenty of jackfruits available all around. That means feeding the birds and animals, and there will be seeds scattered all around in our households. But this year, when the pandemic struck, there was people were very afraid of getting the local shops. So what happened was, all of us resorted to the fruits and vegetables. Jackfruit, you can use it also. You can also use it as the vegetable as well as the fruit. So we started consuming all the jackfruits in our in our compounds, in our houses. And memes started to come that this year we are not even giving the seeds to the plants and seeds to the animals and birds. So this is an example to live. Even if like when Oki hit the district, that is when Oki hit Kanyakumari district, the district was cut from other places of Tamil Nadu or Kerala, that means the neighboring states and our own state. But we could sustain on ourselves. Even if vegetables do not come from other parts of the state, we are really blessed to have with the help of the greens available in our own. This is the life of a normal person who lives in the Western Ghats. Even now, even after even after this industrialization, we can manage, even though there is not at all the farming has been reduced, we can manage to live with the greens and vegetables available in our backyards. So that is that is the most positive thing of being blessed to have got a life near the Western Ghats. Even while I'm talking to you, when I look out, I can see the long range of mountains outside my home. So, and in Kanchenjunga, I'm talking about the south of India. In Northeast, Kanchenjunga is worshipped as the god. So everywhere we can see that the reverence to nature, living in communion with nature, is one of the basic tenets of our life system. So in our Ayurvedic test, 400 plants being documented. We have around in Unani system, we have around 342. In Tamil Nadu, Ayurveda is popular in Kerala and Siddha is popular in Tamil Nadu. So in the Siddha system, you have around 328 plants being identified. And in Ayurveda text, you have 1,400 plants being documented in the Ayurveda text. So talking about my district, I would say that is the Kanyakumari district. Even if you Google, you can see that there are a lot of studies that have come upon on the medicinal plants. The life system here is in such a way that the medicinal plants will be taken from here to all other parts of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The medicinal plants, the local people will be collecting the medicinal plants. They will be collecting the seeds, and they will be supplying it to other parts of the state, to other parts of the country, because we are bountiful with medicinal plants. Wherever we lay our hands upon, that will turn to be a medicinal plant. That's the greatest blessing we have had. But what has happened now? In a way, we can say that our life's style is also being designed accordingly. That is why any person here can talk about the sacred groves. Any person here can explain about the medicinal plants. I'll ask you something. The grandmas of our grandmas, our grandmothers, don't have you if you know their knowledge system, there will be a solution to every problem with them. Maybe tulsi is a common plant which is used as a medicine. The decoction of tulsi is used as a medicine. See, in our place, as I told you, whatever we lay, wherever, whatever plant we lay upon our hands, that will turn out to be a medicinal plant, and we will be that will be used. The decoctions of those plants will be used as a medicine. So the knowledge systems, not only here, throughout the world, the knowledge systems were based. The knowledge systems were preserved by the grandmothers, by the mothers. So whenever their children faces an issue, faces a health issue, the medicine will be available with them. They will know to take ajwan or something from whatever is available in their kitchen, from the spices available in the kitchen, from the herbs available in the backyard. They will know to prepare a medicine and treat their children. The knowledge has been transferred through the generation. What did the imperial forces do? The first thing they did was just cutting out the roots of our country. That means we can say that once you, be it be Hinduism, or be it be Jainism, or any Oriental system of religion or belief system, you will see that the Oriental system living beings around us. But what did the colonizers do? See, have you heard of the term called ecological imperialism? I'll start the sharing again.